takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 20. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Breaks a tackle. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Steps away. He finds his man complete. That's Carter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Prescott. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, and he's going to go down again.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there, because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. 30. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 78 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
That's out to the left and complete, and he is going to have a Browns first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely, but the mark shows first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down. Near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. I got one. Mike 51, Mike 51. Check that out. Sweat to hey. 51 to Mike.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Coop. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A gain of 39 that time.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
51 to Mike 51. I don't even know why his team showed up. We're going to 54. Why? He's coming, double up.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
On the carry.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they contemplate what to do on 4th and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
7 yards.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And nearly picked off.
Prescott.
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Denzel Ward.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11.
46. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Show it up. So we're going to 54 right here.
Prescott to throw this time. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
It's a foot race. 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play that time out of Chubb. 68 yards on the ground.
And the Browns 1st down.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
5-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Intended that time for Cooper. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Let's get off the field.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Shift, watch the shift.
3rd and long for Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Tucker McNair.
How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up second.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this time he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
But he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
53 the mic. Hey, 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Gun. 53 the mic. Check. 53 the mic.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Under.
To the air again, Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And again, it's Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Go. Get out there. Mike 51. Don't get nervous, man. We ain't begin.
Prescott yet again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe... And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
The ball carrier.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And a give this time to the tailback. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Charvarius Ward on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. His throw incomplete. Jackson
certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Yards to go.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
7-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle right twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have retaken the lead. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Browns 21, Cowboys 17.
McCann's got it teed up. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
The 49-yard line.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
by
Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys 17.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back. Go. Get out there. Let's go 47. 53's the Mike. There you go.
Throwing. Prescott. Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. 4th and very long coming up here out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
And pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Cleveland.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tavon Young in on the tackle. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 30-yard line.
Now Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Prescott. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Jackson. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with a minute 56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Prescott. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Prescott to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action. Now Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 11 yards. Today's final score.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced